There's a moment between lighting the fuse and the explosion. That's where your power lies. Addiction is not simply a lack of willpower. It is a chronic disorder that entangles us in a web of harmful effects, despite knowing the consequences. This issue not only affects ourselves, but also the people close to us and even our community. The psychological hold of addiction can lead to isolation, hinder personal growth, and perpetuate cycles of despair. It's vital to shed personal biases and develop a deeper understanding of what addiction truly is. This video will explore the nature of addiction and its devastating effects. You'll learn to reframe addiction as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. By understanding the underlying mechanisms of addiction and the paths to recovery, you'll be encouraged to nurture tenacity and embrace positive change, not just for yourself, but for those around you. Addiction is a complex and chronic disorder characterized by compulsive behavior despite detrimental consequences. It disrupts normal brain functioning, significantly affecting motivation, memory, and judgment. Because of this, individuals often feel trapped with little to no self-control, highlighting that overcoming addiction requires much more than willpower. Substance use is also commonly employed as a way to mask or escape from current or past traumas. Addiction usually involves substances or actions that offer immediate pleasure but lead to long-term harm. For example, substances or activities like gambling provide temporary euphoria, often resulting in destructive patterns. As addiction takes precedence, relationships, careers, and overall happiness suffer under its control. The brain's reward system plays a pivotal role in the addiction cycle. Normally, this system reinforces survival behaviors, like eating, by releasing dopamine, a chemical associated with pleasure. However, this system can become overstimulated, causing an excess dopamine release and intense feelings of pleasure. Over time, the brain adapts by reducing dopamine levels and receptors, leading to diminished enjoyment from everyday activities, a condition known as anhedonia. This creates a vicious cycle where people increasingly rely on substances to recreate that initial dopamine spike. As addiction progresses, the changes in brain functioning alter fundamental priorities. Individuals often steer away from once cherished relationships, hobbies, and career goals. What was once important can become overshadowed by the overwhelming need to satisfy the addiction, resulting in broken relationships, social isolation, and profound personal loss. The impact of addiction is not limited to psychological changes. It also inflicts major physical health problems. Prolonged substance use can lead to conditions such as liver disease from too much drinking or lung damage from cigarettes. These physical issues exacerbate emotional and psychological struggles, creating a difficult cycle to break. The stigma surrounding addiction often prevents individuals from seeking help, further entrenching despair and complicating recovery efforts. To genuinely understand addiction, we must recognize it as a medical condition rather than a character flaw or a choice. While the first use may be a choice, subsequent use can lead to a seemingly irreversible chain of dependency. Education, prevention, and awareness about addiction's nature are essential tools for dismantling it. By reframing addiction as a chronic disorder, we set realistic expectations for recovery. Like other long-term health challenges, managing addiction requires ongoing care, focus, and lifestyle adjustments. Relapses can be seen as opportunities for learning and growth rather than markers of failure. Overcoming addiction is a multifaceted journey requiring various strategies. Recovery is not a single event, but a process. Interventions like therapy and support groups provide essential structure and accountability. Cognitive behavioral therapy is instrumental in this journey. By helping individuals identify and reframe negative thought patterns, CBT fosters healthier habits and coping mechanisms, moving away from destructive behaviors. Building a supportive environment is equally crucial. Cultivating relationships with family, friends, and others who understand the challenges of recovery offers emotional support and encouragement. When loved ones are educated and positively involved, they significantly contribute to successful outcomes and reduce relapse risks. Self-reflection is another vital tool in dealing with addiction. Regular evaluations of ourselves allow for understanding and noticing our motivations and behaviors. Self-reflection can also help to recognize early signs of relapse and gives you a warning sign to further respond proactively. This insightful awareness encourages personal responsibility and honesty. While therapy, community, and self-reflection form a strong foundation, an active participation in recovery is mandatory. Committing to the process and acknowledging setbacks without identifying with them builds grit and adaptability. Each person's journey is unique. Experimenting with different methods helps tailor a personalized plan for recovery. Addiction is more than a personal bad habit. It's subtle and intricate. Understanding addiction gives us the power to work on changing and real empathy for those who are suffering. Staying on the path to recovery requires recognizing it as an ongoing process demanding patience, awareness, willpower, and tenacity. Therapy, professional interventions, self-reflection, and support systems create a comprehensive framework for overcoming addiction. Appreciating the seriousness of addiction and committing to the process can transform lives, breaking free from its chains and creating a new path defined by you. Please subscribe for more fundamental insights about the mind, psychology, and personal development.